Hello, I'm Rachel and this is Lunabird Book Club. Last month, Cathy shared the current state of her TBR, and I think at the time of recording there were 16 books on it. That's probably come down now because Cathy is quite consistently good at reading and not adding more books to her TBR. I live very differently. So I'm going to push those out of shot because I'm not showing those to you. But I have quite a considerable number of books on my TBR, and I thought I would show them with you. Most of them are the same as my video from last year. I'm going to race through them, and then at the end, I've prepared a little song to entertain you all. So we'll start with the pile of books that aren't mine. James Islington, The Light of All That Falls. This is a library book. I still haven't read it. This is Take Heart by Matt Chandler, which is a Christian book from one of my mum's friends that I've had for several years, haven't even touched. Then I have, we'll do these two first. So I have two Fables volumes that I am borrowing from Cathy. I will get to these quicker than a lot of the other books in the room currently. So that's those two. Then I have 5 books that I've stolen off my parents' bookshelves. In no particular order, they are Ian Irvin's A Shadow on the Glass, which is the first in the fantasy series. We have Ian C. Esselman's Knight of Knives. This is a novella set in the world of the Malazan Book of the Fallen series, written by a different author. This is about 2 of the characters in the main series that I enjoy reading about. This is pre-series, so I'm hoping to get to that at some point this year. We also have The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. This is like a classic fantasy series that I think I tried to read it when I was younger. It didn't get very far. Is there still a book? There's still a bookmark in it. I got to page 55. This is... This is a little business card for somewhere called Bob and Larry's Ice Creams that I made in, I think, year 8 art, maybe even year 7. I'm going to screw that up and put that in the bin because that is embarrassing to think about. Then we have Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. Don't know if that's how you say his name. And Jan Martel's Life of Pi. Those are the books that other people have given me, or that I'm borrowing off other people. Now let's move on to my books. I thought I'd go through my novels first and then my other categories. Let me just count how many novels I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've just counted my fictional novels. I've immediately forgotten the number. I think I got to 87. So starting from the top of the alphabet, Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide. This is actually a set of 4 books. Then we have Sense and Sensibility, Emma, Lady Susan, The Watsons and Sanditon, all by Jane Austen. Then we have Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. We've got Moxieland by Lauren Bukes, Charlotte Bronte, Jane Eyre, The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and then Jim Butcher's Stormfront, which is the first of the Dresden Files. I was actually given this on a first date, and then I never saw the person again, and it lived in my car for about 4 months because I felt really bad about the fact that I never saw the person again. But now it lives on my bookshelf, so thank you. Thank you. Then we have Tracy Chevalier, The Last Runaway, Rory Clements, The Queen's Man, Charles Dickens, Hard Times, Gingerbread by Robert Dinsdale, my man, Arthur Conan Doyle, Hound of the Baskervilles, which I was given in primary school, We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal, The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer, Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert, we have Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. That I need to put these somewhere else other than right in front of me because they're getting in the way. Then we have Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I don't know if I really want to read this or not. I keep hearing, The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George, Amitav Ghosh, Hungry Tide, The Little White Horse by Elizabeth Gouge. Then we're on to H. Let me pick up this big pile. The Familiars by Stacey Halls. Unscripted by Claire Hanscom. Hanscom? I don't know. Claire, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. A.J. Hartley's Hideki Smith, Demon Queller. I thought that said Dweller, but it doesn't. It says Queller. Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Victoria Hislop, The Island. The Keeper of Lost Things by Ruth Hogan. Victor Hugo's Les Mis. Bearmouth by Liz Hyder. Those are all the H's. Kazuo Ishiguro's When We Were Orphans. The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of a Window and Disappeared by Jonas Jonasson. Devotion by Hannah Kent. Daggerspell by Catherine Kerr. Stephen King's Dreamcatcher. Puck of Pooks Hill, I don't really know, by Rudyard Kipling. Through the Hazel Tree by Anna Kirkup, who is a local writer. My mum got me that. The House by the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Clune, The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova, The Black Air by Jennifer Lane, A Wizard of Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin, Clarice Lispector's Agua Viva, Daughter of the Forest. I almost said The New Forest because the next book is The Children of the New Forest. So Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Marillier. So Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Marillier and Children of the New Forest by Captain Marryat. I need more piles. This is too many books. George R.R. Martin's Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Anne McCaffrey and Margaret Ball's A Corner, which is a sci-fi girl. I don't really know. Madeline Miller's Circe. I Am Rebel by Ross Montgomery. This is actually a book that I'm going to read really soon because my friend and I are reading it for February, so I'm not going to put that in the big pile. Harrow and Nona the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. The Railway Children and Five Children in It by E. Nesbitt. Sheila Norton, The Vets at Hope Green. I don't really know why I bought that, but it's in the list. Maggie O'Farrell's Hamnet. Alana and the Song of the Lioness by Tamora Pierce. I Was Dead for 13 Minutes, Now I Want to Know Why by Sarah Pinborough. This one might never be read, but it's staying on the TBR for now. Then we have these aren't really novels, these are short story collections, Amazons and Amazons 2, and they are edited by Jessica Amanda Salmonson. Then I still have some of the short stories in Arcanum Unbounded to read, so I can't mark that as read. Although really, I think when I do mark those as read, I'm going to mark them individually, which is a bit of a sneaky thing to do, but hey. Three Daughters of Eve by Elif Shafak. The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon. I don't know where I'm putting these things now. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Please Look After Mother by Kyung Suk Shin. The Guardian by Nicholas Sparks. Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lin Tan. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Laini Taylor's Strange the Dreamer. Sally Thorne's Second First Impressions. Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead by Olga Tokarzuk. I don't think that's right. We've got The Silmarillion and Tales of the Perilous Realm by J.R.R. Tolkien. We have, I can't pick that up, A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles, and The Dressmaker of Draper's Lane by Liz Trenow. And then I've got one more pile of fiction. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. Paul Volsky's The Curse of the Witch Queen. Then there are two books in this box. They are The Little Grey Men and The Little Grey Men Go Down the Bright Stream. They are by Dennis Watkins Pitchford, who was known as BB. Then we have 6 books by Faye Weldon. Yes. Worst Fears, Down Among the Women, Wicked Women, The Heart of the Country, Puffball, and The Hearts and Lives of Men. I've got 4 more books. Playing in the Light by Zoe Wickham. The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. And now on to Zed. Marcus Zusak's The Book Thief. And We by Yevgeny Zamyatin. Those are all my fiction books. And now I need to lean over here without knocking them over. So I have 2 mythology books. Legend kind of stuff. So I've got Highland Myths and Legends by George W. McPherson, and then Homer's Odyssey, translated by Emily Wilson. I did start reading this last year, but it's gone back to the TBR because I did really not commit to it. And then, can I reach? I'm going to have to move these books out of the way. Goodbye, books. I don't want to knock you over. Okay, so these are now my non-fiction books. I have Selected Writings by Aristotle. I don't know if I'm ever going to read this, but it's cute. It's got gold pages and a little red ribbon. And then I Thought There Would Be Cake by Catherine Welby Roberts and Dodie's Secrets for the Mad. These are 2 self-help books that my mother bought me, and I've never read any of them, and one of the piles just fell over behind me. But it's okay, they're my books, so it's all right. Ugh, one more pile. Can I bring it closer? Come on, books. Spinning, spinning. Well done. Letters of Vincent van Gogh. It's always going to be with me. Close Encounters of the Third Kind by Tom Cox. And by third, it's third as in cats. Wild Swans by Young Chang, which is a collection of 3 biographies. Well, 2 biographies and an autobiography. Ursula K. Le Guin's Space Crone. This Is How We Come Back Stronger, which is a selection of feminist writers. Women, Race and Class by Angela Y. Davis. Venus and Aphrodite by Bettany Hughes. Thucydides, History of the Peloponnesian War. The Romanovs by Simon Sebag Montefiore. Don't know if that's how you say that name, sorry. Yuval Noah Harari's Sapiens. And Empire of the Deep by Ben Wilson. So those are my non-fiction books. And then over here I have some poetry. So, a little black classic. I got this when it was 80p. They're not 80p anymore. Emily Bronte's The Night is Darkening Around Me. Mary Webb, Poems and the Spring of Joy. Selected poems of E.E. Cummings. 2 poetry books about the Brontes by Jenny Wybrow. I think I got those from Haworth. 2 poetry books by Mary Oliver, Blue Horses and A Thousand Mornings. And Abigail Parry's Jinx. I also have some plays. Can I reach them? No. Okay. Barn Boar Canaries, Mousetrap, Frost Nixon, Black Coffee, Last Tango in Whitby, Whale Music, Kaput, The Ruling Class, Plays 1. I've read some of the plays in here, but not all of them. The Countess Kathleen, Scandal at Coventry, and Sacrifice to the Wind. 3 plays by Tennessee Williams, Streetcar Named Desire, Sweet Bird of Youth, and The Glass Menagerie. Black Teeth and A Brilliant Smile. Flamingo Land. I haven't read out the playwrights of those because I'm lazy. And now I have one more big book that I can't reach. I can't pick it up. Ugh! The Complete Works of William Shakespeare. Again, I've read some of these. But by some, I mean 4. So those are all my books. And I looked at all my books that I need to read. And I thought, I could build a castle out of them. Cue the music! 'Cause baby, I could build a castle out of all the books I need to read. From Austen to Suzaku and all the authors in between. I call it the TBRachel. It's my biggest enemy. All these books in one tiny bookshelf. It drives me crazy. I dream of one day saying this list is empty. You may say I'm deluding myself, but hey, maybe in a year or 3. Tales of the Perilous Realm. We have Tales of the Perilous Realm. I cannot say that word.